Robbie.
I'm Tessa.
I'm Milos.
This is the Breville Bambino Plus.
Let's dive into it and see how we can make it better. Pretty good packaging.
Thanks. There we go. And you can use the bag. It looks like everything fits together really intuitively, right? And you can see some nice polished metal on the top. That's good.
Tape to hold it together.
Yeah.
What nice. Textured, actually. This is a deco.
Oh my goodness, it is textured.
Removable water tank.
So Robbie, would this be injection molded?
Yes, it would. This is definitely a good injection molded part here.
Right.
I see some stamped sheet metal in here as well.
Yep, definitely. Should we try to use it? Let's make some coffee.
Let's do it.
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Here we go.
In here.
I'm going to see if the flow path go all the way down here, guys. Let's test it. That's really good. Let's tear this thing down and see how it works.
This one pops off.
Yeah, that bottom should pop off.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Do you think that's an insert that they put in there?
I think it is an insert. However, I
It's
don't
like-
think it's one that we're going to get out.
Isn't that so nice that they do that with plastic?
Is that because it's interacting with food that you have to actually...
No, a lot of times they'll put that in there for production parts just so they know what they are later.
Interesting. Okay.
So
I'm gonna take out the drip tray next. So that would be injection molded and then pressed into the die cast. You can see the casting lines here from the texture, and then it's probably smoothed with machining. Oh, there's a few screws down here. This could also be electro polished, I guess. There's definitely some secondary processing that's going on there. Took that one out. So you guys want to see if you can get that to come apart? We'll just pull.
it will come off.
And then we'll lay out everything at the end so it looks pretty.
Robbie, this doesn't look like a decal. It looks like it's actually in the mold.
We have a watch repair kit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
That looks-
with the right tool.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's so nice. Actually deform the metal to that, right? We're pushing the material past its,
All right.
There we go.
there.
Not these, but definitely the actual entire profile. This case, actual outside radius is the more challenging, especially these curves. Seems like a very nicely stamped part, actually.
Yeah, it looks very uniform.
You can see on the back side here, they actually have pass-throughs to get the underside of those snap features so that those aren't actually actions in the tool at all.
Okay.
You have the steel of the tool coming through here and then shutting off against the cavity of on the other side.
It's a cheap way to insulate, huh?
Burning my knuckle.
In your knuckle. You want me to do the honors? Bit off first. It looks like we just got 2 screws here. I don't know if this one will fit.
See ya? Oh, we're online.
So once this engages with this sensor, it tells the circuit board, hey, there's no more water, there's a low level
Oh, you need to display a warning that says the level's low.
cavity.
It's a feature that slides in, and then as the tool is actually opened up, that slide is spring-loaded and pulls itself back out, or the horn pin actually will actually push it back out of the way too. The springs mostly hold it out of the way, so then it can be ejected, and then as the tool comes back together, the horn pin pushes it back into position, so the next part will have that feature. Wow.
This is a nice cast part holding onto this heat plate, the heat sink. So that's likely been like, it's either steel that's been passivated, well, it's steel because it's magnetic, because this is attached or attracted to it.
Yeah.
So it's steel that's been like passivated, and so sometimes you can get that really nice iridescent look passivating. So that's another pump down there to bring up. So we had a transfer pump to go from down here to get it to like level with the floor of the espresso machine, and then this will actually transfer it up. So that's a little bit more powerful, I'm guessing. Nice. Okay. So this is where the water actually flows, and you can tell it has a curve inside of it. So what is it, like a solenoid in there? And then there's like a winding, a metal winding in here, and it travels the water up. Okay.
So this is the electromagnet with a bunch of copper in there, and that...
The old Tesla coil, huh?
Right.
Sometimes they coat these in zinc, which does have that yellowish hue. So that could be what it's coated in. And it's definitely a cast part or machined after casting, probably cast and machined, just to get those threads in there because you can't cast threads. This is a printed circuit board though, right?
It
So that circuit board is sitting really snugly in an injection molded part, right? With some nice snap fits on the sides.
Easy to pop in place.
And it looks like there's locator pins as Milos pulls that circuit board out.
Yep.
So it's like self-guiding when
Boss
you
just
assemble.
Put it in place. Make it not want to move around.
Yep. Nice. I always love the look of circuit boards. They look like little cities with little roads on them. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this one was up at the top.
right.
Okay.
And this one was the one that was feeding into that wand.
So this one we're having to push against gravity. So that one obviously takes a little bit more effort and power, right?
So they're utilizing the same pump with different inserts to.
So is the water coming in here and just going to both sides and being released depending on which one is?
And then they're capping off this one because they have no flow there, right?
Oh, okay.
Does
Interesting.
it look like that?
So we have like a connection here and it can go to the wand or to the espresso, right? So these are injection molded electrical housings, right?
This stamp bar here,
Ooh,
really logo.
yeah, that is. That's neat. Okay, so that grounding must be pretty important.
Sensor in there. Right?
Oh, so that must be
It
what
tells the lights to come on.
Yes.
To actually make the
Okay. Interesting.
So guys, what did you think about the teardown today?
No, it's a lot more complex than I expected it to be, with all the tubing and pumpage and electrical components and all this stuff married up together. It was a lot.
You could say that, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely felt like it was more complicated
Then
I
to be sold on.
and definitely would not choose to do this again if it has to.
What I will say is, like, I was interested to see all the different parts marrying up together, the plastics, the metals, the shoe parts, the amount of hard tooling that was developed just for this specific model. So it was interesting to see all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess if we had to quantify it, how many tools do you think were developed between, sheet metal, injection molded parts, compression molded parts?
Injection, I'm guessing 15, and
Okay.
we had enough compression molded parts to say we probably had another 5, 6, 7 tools there. It may have been family, so it's hard to say there for certain, but pretty good bit of injection molding in this for sure.
Definitely north of 10 for sheet metal, and a lot of progressively stamped parts, so large tooling involved there.
I'm guessing maybe 5 die-cast molds would be pretty accurate, and then a myriad of CNC tools that are pretty standard though.
And a lot of intricate finishing, actually.
Yes, definitely. A lot of really aesthetically pleasing finishing that's pretty homogeneous across the parts. And surface finish is really nice, which of course I guess is super important in consumer household appliances, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, what about this little magnet guy? Where is it?
Oh, it's right here. Yep.
Do you want to show them how that
Yeah,
works?
so ultimately we were like, what is this little hockey puck that lives inside the water tank? And Robbie identifies, like, there's a magnet inside. So we obviously naturally thought that there was some type of component inside a sensor that senses where that magnet's positioned at a specific level to let the user know that the water's low. That's exactly what we came across when we tore it.
So I think that's a wrap. We've torn it down and we've tasted the coffee and we're going to go clean up now. But if you want to see more teardowns like this and hear some more insight from our engineering expert and maybe even get ideas on how to improve your designs, please follow us for future teardown content and check out our resource center on the website to see all of our existing teardown content.